together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we get 3 games in the NHL and we get 6 games in the NBA. So it shouldn't be that long of a show here.
Especially because most of the NBA, the smallest favorite in the NBA is the Warriors at -4.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of today's card.
Yeah, I was looking at yesterday's card a little bit, and of course, one play I messaged you about, and I was like, yeah, they grade out to be decent value or whatever, but I was like, yeah, but the hell with that because this team is terrible. The Memphis Grizzlies covered last night.
Did they actually?
The Memphis Grizzlies.
Holy crap! The Knicks are garbage.
I don't know about that. They were up like 20-something points in that game. So.
Oh, I know. Memphis 39-26 in the fourth quarter to make it a 10-point game from a 23-point game. So,
yeah. So they kind of let their foot off the gas in the fourth quarter there. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1-1 right, 1-1 wrong in the world of sports betting. College basketball went 1-0. For me, St. Mary's Gales -21.5. They won by I think 42.
They
doubled up the score. They doubled up the score at Pacific. I think it was 84-42, if I'm not mistaken.
Here,
so that was an absolute no sweat blowout winner, which was fun. That was the only college game I got to yesterday. I should have laid off the NBA because you weren't on the show yesterday. I was like, all right, I'm not looking at the NBA right now.
84-43, so didn't quite double their score.
Oh well. But I end up going 0-4 in the NBA because I end up taking the Magic +3 +125 and the Bucks +4 and +140, which were both bad losers. Actually, the Bucks were up at halftime and they didn't cover, which is what it is.
Can I tell you something, Nick?
Yeah.
The Bucks are a fade team right now. Since firing their coach, they are 1-4 with only a win against the Dallas Mavericks. They've lost to Portland in that stretch. This is not a team to bet on.
Yeah, and I know it's my mistake by doing so. So I went 0-4 there, but I went 3-3 in the NHL. I ended up adding on a play late, which I kind of regret. But I had Vancouver +120, which came through. Buffalo +130, which lost. But I basically lost the weighted coin toss there. That's the way I saw that game. It was a close competitive game. I'm not mad at that +130. I'm fine with it. Even though it lost. Philadelphia +175 was a nice winner there. That was my theory of backing teams losing heading into the break versus teams that were winning heading into the break. Philly on a 5-game losing streak. Florida on a 4-game winning streak. You think Tortorella was going to have that group ready to go? They played probably the best defensive game I've seen them play all year. So a nice little win there with Philly +175. Lost with the Avalanche -110, and I lost with the Avalanche team total over 3.5, which I added late. They tied it up at 3. I'm like, oh, this could be really good. I could potentially have a 5-1 night if they can score and win in overtime. They give up a goal with 2 minutes left in regulation. I'm like, really? You get us that hyped up, you tie it up, and to do that, and then we'll end with my favorite play of the night. And I had this game circled since before the All-Star break. The Vegas Golden Knights ends the streak for the Edmonton Oilers. All I heard yesterday, but the Oilers going for history. They're going to try to break tie the record. Who cares? Vegas doesn't. They win 3-1. William Karlsson with the empty net goal to seal the deal. +120, my favorite play of the day yesterday, comes through. So nice little winner there. 4-7 overall yesterday, down 0.37 units. So it's a down day just because of the stupid NBA, and I should have just stayed off. But it is what it is. So on to today. Hockey was good yesterday. College basketball was good. NBA. But
Yeah,
on to today.
it was a good day for the site. Because I know you only had. I will say, I know our spreadsheet showed value on St. Mary's. I should just put it up, but they were coming off of a big win versus Gonzaga. I thought they would struggle a little bit. They did not. But I wish I put that up. We didn't. Ole Miss plus 4.5. They lose by 3 to South Carolina. Nice little cover there. Sabres get goalied. That was rough. Vancouver, nice winner there. Clemson plus 8. UNC off the win against Duke. Flat spot. They lose their first game at home this year to Clemson by 4. So Clemson wins outright in that game. You had the Avalanche, which was a loser. How about them? I'll talk about that game later. I'll talk about that game last. Oklahoma, nice winner there. The Longhorns were horns down. -2 was a loser. St. Joe's looked good at halftime, up 4 at halftime. Lost the second half by 19. They lose by 15. How about the Utah Jazz? Nice little winner there. After being down 7 at halftime, they end up winning the rest of the game. They win by 7. And then you had Vegas, which is a nice winner. And I'm going to mention this one with this comment. Bulls. How about them Bulls last night? Plus 5.5. Down 22 at halftime. And they win in overtime versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. And with that, Minnesota, Oklahoma City, the Clippers, and the Nuggets are all tied for first place in the Western Conference. And one of those teams has a shot to become the number 1 team in the Western Conference tonight when they're 7-point favorites against New Orleans, and that's the Clippers, who have a shot to become the number 1 team in the West right now. But I will say, good night last night, up 3.5 units, ready to keep it rolling. I believe we're now because we had a rough couple of days. Now we're now up 758 for the week. And then for the year of 2024, 255, 242, up 8.26 units. So having a great start to 2024. Hoping to keep it rolling here. Am, I saw your Bulls money line plus 2,500. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I really like Trey's over 3s tonight. Mitchell over assists, plus 140, and Fox over 26.5. This Cavaliers team, I'm not betting them today, but they've won 14 out of 15 and are now the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference. So crazy there. Supness, what's up, Lex? Yo. Bro, I knew it. VGK Oilers under 4.5 goals. Dude, nice there. Hello, what's up, Markel? 6 out of the 8 NHL games went under yesterday. There you go. National Underleague. Yeah, Bucks are, dude.
And I'm looking at it, and I've already bet an over for today in the NHL. We'll get into it.
Bucks are going to struggle for a while. The Bucks are going to end up making the NBA Finals. That's just how it's going to be. They're going to suck for a while. That, or they're just going to completely fall off.
Because nobody cares about the regular season. As long as you make it in, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. Nigeria, team total over 1.5. And DRC to advance plus 140. Too bad. Cannot use these in handicap contest. I am a solid 6-6 in the handicap Vegas, baby. Once I saw Trent was on it, dude, it was nice and easy. For sure, under in Vegas. In Rangers Lightning.
If I had to bet an under today, it's that game. I saw 6.5 with that Rangers game. Now I'm seeing 6s. So yeah, probably at 6.5. I would take it.
Under in Stars Leafs.
No, that's the over I have bet, and I kind of want the over. Yeah,
I'll be rooting for Nola. I don't want to see the Clippers in first place. RIP getting wild with Terry. That he's stopping his show for a little bit. He'll
be back. We all know he'll be back.
I guess this is my new show. All right, today we're gonna crap on the Hurricanes here, and
we cashed the Canucks last night. That was great.
Tampa money line. I don't know about that game. I really don't.
I think that line's correct. That's the game I like the least interest in when it comes to the NBA or NHL tonight.
There you go. I got the under in the Ranger game.
I would, 6.5. I would be a little bit more okay with that.
Let's jump into the hockey, Nick. I'll start you off. The poopy butt Stars. They're going into Toronto to face off against the Leafs. Leafs minus 145. 6.5 is the total. Dallas on a second leg of a back-to-back. What are we thinking here?
Yeah, I have absolutely no interest in laying a number with the Leafs, though. That's the thing. At this number, not really looking to do so. Let me switch over my line history because I had basketball up. I need to get hockey up here so we can go over the line history in this spot. I have made a move on this game. Let's just get everything loaded up here because I am kind of slacking because I'm trying to throw my numbers together with what do you call it as well? Run game. We're not looking at New York and Dallas. We're looking at Toronto and New York and Toronto, Tampa Bay. We're looking at Toronto and Dallas. There's a line opened up at a 133 on BetOnline. It got up to a 141 this morning, and now it's back down to a 130. So we've had a slight move towards Dallas in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 at minus 116. Is now a 6.5 at minus 110. So we do have a move towards the under, and we have a move towards the Stars. We have 89% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved slightly towards the under, which does make me a little bit nervous, but only 200 tickets in. And you guys know how I feel about market moves here in this spot. And that's kind of interesting for the next game we'll be talking about. It's going to be Jonathan Quick again for the Rangers. It's not Igor, which is kind of interesting there.
Is he hurt?
And then we have 88% of the tickets and 95% of the cash is on the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the lines move towards the Dallas Stars. Which tells me maybe the Stars are a little bit of a live dog here. I have absolutely no interest in laying a number with Ilya Samsonov in that. Now, on the flip side, I really don't want the Stars, though, coming in off of a back-to-back, a hard-fought game against the Sabres last night. I do have this game projected at 7.328 goals. So I do have this as the highest scoring game of the night. A little spoiler there. I'm on the over 6.5 in this game at minus 115 in this spot here. We have Scott Wedgwood and Ilya Samsonov, the most likely goaltenders in this game. And after last night, we're seeing a 2-1 game. And I get it. Betting overs are kind of scary in the NHL right now because we haven't seen much offense. But I am on the over 6.5 in this game, Dallas and Toronto. I do see value in this number. I thought this was going to be more toward the 7, especially with these goaltenders. So I'll take the over here at 6.5.
I like the Leafs, and I want to puck line them. You got the Dallas Stars who are coming off a win. The only reason why they won was freaking Ottinger went absolutely crazy last night. What did he stop? Like 40-something shots last night.
He was good.
I will say one thing, and you look how the Stars scored last night. One of them was on a power play early in the game. The other one was off of a weird shot that went off a pad, off a skate, off the goalie's pad, off the goalie's skate, and into the net.
Yep. You know the saying in hockey, though, right?
As long as he always in.
They don't ask how; they ask how many.
So kind of 2 weak goals, and that was enough for them to get the win. And I don't see them being able to do that exact same thing tonight. Toronto's going to score. I want to take Toronto puck line in this one. What can you get that at? Around plus 190. Give me the puck line on the Maple Leafs tonight.
Which would probably suggest that you like the Maple Leafs team total over. Could be an interesting look for you as well, which I believe is plus money, if I'm not mistaken. I could try to see if I can find you what that team total would be for the Toronto Maple Leafs in this game. I think there'll be more value on Dallas's team total, especially after getting held to 1 goal last night. And you saw the only goal for the Sabres last night too was on the power play, and what a sick snipe that was from James Thompson.
Yeah, but the Sabres also shot 47 shots at goal or whatever it was.
Yeah. You can get the Maple Leafs team total at 3.5 minus 110. You can get plus 140 for the over 3.5 for the Dallas Stars. I think there's some value there at plus 140 for over 3.5.
I think the Leafs score more. I think it's it could be like a 5-3 type of game.
Fair. I'm fine with 5-3.
There you go. I like the Leafs puck line. Under in the Rangers game. Oh, you mentioned that one. Rangers seem iffy at home.
We'll get into that game next.
Dallas money line. Nope. Under in all three.
No.
Mm-mm. Stars went over a bunch of games in a row. Yesterday went under. That is correct. And by the way, I'm thinking for Sabres games, Sabres team total under first period. They don't score. Keep the unders rolling.
Okay. Not in this game.
Damn. Draw straight. Draw Leafs same game parlay.
I could definitely see a draw in this game. Absolutely.
Stacks pod is UNC Asheville. Guess what? We're on it too. Dallas, no. Well, sheesh, I have to deal with quick now. Fun. There you go. OT in the over. I don't see OT. I see it going over maybe on an empty netter. What up, Earle Twins? Let's cash. Let's do it, LJ. Let's get it. Truba is back tonight too.
Yep,
Lean Stars, no. Vegas was a nice way to end a bad night. There you go.
That was a great way to end a night.
Good morning, my guys. Good morning, Nathan. I have 2 unders and 1 over, which is this game. 1 over is this game in Dallas, Toronto. So there you go. Should be another good matchup here, Nick.
Yeah, this one, the line's going to change too, which I think is going to only benefit us because, I've already seen this line start to drop a little bit because of the news we've gotten just recently that it's going to be Jonathan Quick. It's not going to be Igor Shesterkin, which we'll get into that in just a second. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. Makes me very interested in the Rangers, to be completely honest. Line opened up at a 130. It's down to a 127, but expect a line movement down because of Quick being in net. People love to overreact with Quick being in net. Line opened up at a 6.5 at even money. Got down to a 6. Back up to a 6.5 because Jonathan Quick's in net. We have 81% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the rate on the under. The line's moved towards the under, but it's come back up. Goalie News has done that. 38% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the Rangers. In this game, the line's moved towards, it's on the 38% of the tickets, 82% of the cash on the Lightning, in this game as well. And now the ultimate question is, does this line go down more? Because I can get minus 125 for the New York Rangers. I'm very interested in the Rangers now with Jonathan Quick. Because I didn't think we would be saying this heading into the season after seeing what Quick did last year and seeing the way Igor has played the last few years. But Jonathan Quick is the better goaltender in New York right now over Igor Shesterkin. I said it. I get it. Igor is an all-star. He's riding off his name. He's not been that good this year. And there's a reason why they've started Jonathan Quick in back-to-back games. And now he gets to face the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are coming in off of a long break. And the New York Rangers have played a game. I'm going to move on the New York Rangers in this game. I'm going to in this spot. I think the Rangers might be a bet-on team going forward in the second half. They went into the break kind of struggling. Maybe the break was a little bit of a wake-up sign for them. But I'm going right back to the blue shirts here. I'm on the Rangers minus 125.
I don't really know what I want to go after in this game. Rangers are coming off of a nice overtime win versus Colorado. That's kind of interesting to see. This will be Tampa's first game since the All-Star break. So we'll see how that goes. I will say maybe something to look at. Correct score 6-3. Because Tampa's last 3 games was 6-3 versus Philly, 6-3 versus Arizona, and 6-3 versus the Devils. No, I'm obviously joking. I would lean more towards the Rangers just because they've had a game since the All-Star break. They're probably a little bit less rusty, but I don't really want to be jumping in front of the Lightning, who seem to have got it turned on pre-All-Star break, who had won 8 out of their last 9 games going into the All-Star break. So probably not a spot that I want to fade the Lightning, but it is All-Star coming off of All-Star break. I want to see a couple of these teams play before I really jump into a bunch of these games. So I guess it would be a lean towards Ranger puck line, but not really anything I want to get involved in.
Thanks for mentioning how the Lightning were playing heading into the break. Now I get it. The Rangers have already played a game, but we get a team where, say it with me, breaks kill momentum. The Bruins were hot heading into out into the break against Calgary, who was ice cold. Calgary won.
How the Flames were ice cold.
The Flyers were ice cold. The Panthers are on a winning streak. The Flyers won. The Oilers had a 16-game winning streak. Vegas won. Tampa Bay's won 3 in a row and 8 of their last 9 heading into the break. Rangers win this game. So there you go. Breaks kill momentum. I like my Rangers play even more.
Right on. Vegas was great, Nick. You tailed it. Let's go.
Love that play today.
Glad y'all on Cashville. Maybe I can get off my 4-day losing streak. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Whiskey minus 5.5. You like the old Badgers today? I will say, if they're against Michigan, yeah, that's the Michigan game. I almost bet Michigan, and then I saw the line go from 4.5, and now it's up to a 6.5. I said, you know what? Maybe I don't need to do that. And an Army under. I don't really. We bet 2 totals in college basketball this year. They are 0-2, so we don't bet totals in college basketball. Let's cash Twins. Let's do it money line. Blackhawks money line.
We'll get into that.
I guess the goalie hug should be Shesterkin Swayman. Got Shesterkin sick or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
Bolts money line / in regulation. No. Rangers, unfortunately. Lightning, Rangers, under. I love that everybody's back and forth.
I like the under as well. Yeah.
Morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Longhorns ruined my 3-teamer with the Sooners and the Gamecocks. I was on the Sooners. I was also against the Gamecocks, but I took the spread. I was on the Longhorns. That sucked. Belmont. Who does Belmont got today? Belmont is. Oh wait, no, they do. My bad. I just typed in the wrong. I don't know. That I kind of like Murray State. I lean Murray State. I did not bet it. Funny how they'll end the Shesterkin versus Vasilevsky feud. Rangers won 5-1 last time in Tampa. Shesterkin versus Vasi. Oh well, go Bolts. Oh, I forgot to sprinkle anytime goal on those big All-Star trades.
Oh, yeah. Lindholm and Kuzmenko both scored yesterday in their first games with their new teams.
All right.
I want that trade to win-win.
Hey, Nick, go through the chat real quick. I want to find one future. I want to find one future real quick.
You want the Canucks to win the cup, don't you?
No, I do not.
Okay.
It's a different. Well, obviously, I think the Canucks have a decent shot at making it out, but I want to look towards something else.
Yeah. So that means the Bolts beat the Isles tomorrow. Wow. What? How? It's going to be Johansson and Sorokin most likely, or Varlamov.
Yeah, I found it. I'm going to post it now.
I'm guessing you have some type of weird theory that if the Rangers win tonight, the Isles lose tomorrow, or something along those lines. Took 3 days off from sports betting. Had 7-1 last night. There you go. Alabama versus Auburn. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Cox. We're winning it all. I don't know. It could be really hard for the Cox to go all the way this year.
No.
Well, we have to see how they finish.
God, right. Stop it. Move on to the next comment.
Army has trouble reaching 100 in their games. There you go. Franz Wagner over 1.5 threes killed my 5-teamer. Gross. 1 for 7 for 3. Ouch. Auburn minus 5.5 and Auburn team total over. Even each. Good luck. I'm on the opposite side there. I'll be glad when the Caps retire the W jersey. All they do is lose and not cover totals in those games. Yeah, the L jerseys when they wear the W's. They're
real quick before we jump into the next game, I have put in a future for the NHL, and it is. Let me share the screen because I posted up on Twitter. The Calgary Flames to make the playoffs at plus 375.
Why?
This is a team that really started off rough to begin the year, and they've turned something on. I think that Kuzmenko trade could be huge for them.
They traded away Lindholm. You know that, right?
That's fine. Hey, they trade away a big guy. They bring in another good guy. I think this could be a good move for the Flames. And in a weaker bottom of the Western Conference, I'm grabbing the Calgary Flames.
See, I was looking at two other teams.
You know what? I was trying to find a funny GIF. That was the best I could do.
I was trying to find, I was looking at playoff futures during the All-Star break, and 2 in the Western Conference really caught my eye. Number 1 was plus 220 for the Blues. They're already in a wild card spot. The other one was 8-1 on the Yotes to make the playoffs. I thought that was kind of interesting there. I think the Blues make the playoffs out of the Western Conference, which we'll get into. And I think neither of these 2 teams make the playoffs. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I don't think they do either.
Yeah, we have the Minnesota Wild 210 favorites in this game, total of 5.5. Line opened up at a 228. It's down to a 204. So we've had a move towards the Blackhawks, a pretty significant one for people coming to their senses and saying the Wild shouldn't be minus 230 on the road, which makes sense. They shouldn't be. Line opened up at a 6 at even money, or at plus 105. It's down to a 5.5. Now, I am waiting on confirmations on this game when it comes to betting this one. Let's get into the cash flow real quick, where we have 51% of the tickets and 98% of the cash is laying minus 210 on the road, 82% of the tickets, 94% of the cash on the puck line as well. And then we have 30% of the tickets, but 75% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. Now, this game, I'm most likely going to have action on all 3 games tonight, and I am waiting on a confirmation. And the goaltender is going to tell me everything about this game for me. If it's Pyotr Mrazek, I'm going to bet the Blackhawks money line. At that number, I've got to. If it is Arvik Soderblom, I'm taking the over 5.5. And that's the way I'm going to approach this game. I need to figure out who the goaltender is first for this matchup. And then I'll go from there. Even if it's Mrazek and it's Gustafsson confirmed, I still project a small bit of value on the over 5.5, but I would like Soderblom to make that bet a confirmation bet. So for me, I'm waiting on goaltenders for this one. Just know if it's Mrazek, I'm going to be on the Blackhawks money line. If it's Soderblom, I'm going to be on the over 5.5.
I kind of want to go Blackhawks money line, but I'm going to stay off this game just because the Wild should never be this big of favorites on the road. Not a chance, not laying it. Sorry, Terry. But I'm not gonna grab Chicago, especially when I don't know their goalie at the moment. This one's gonna be a complete stay away from me.
Yeah, and a couple things more before we head into the NBA in this game. I wanted to back the Wild heading into the after the All-Star break. Why? Because they lost back-to-back games before the break. They lost 3-2 to Nashville and 3-2 to Anaheim. They blew leads in both those games. Also, they had a good track history against Chicago. They've won 10 in a row, and they've covered the puck line in 7 of them. Where on the flip side, Chicago, they're also coming in ice cold as well. Their only 2 wins were in overtime against the Islanders and against the Sharks in their last 10 games. But here's the thing with Chicago, which makes me very interested in them. When you look at their road record compared to their home record, they're 4-23-1 on the road. They've won 4 games on the road. On the money line, they're 10-12 at home this year. So at the United Center, the Blackhawks have been sneaky good. And covering the puck line at home as well, I think they've been able to do as well. I want to see what their puck line number is because they're 13-9 on the puck line at home. Like they're playing close competitive games at home, even if they're losing. Looking back at their home games recently, it was their only wins. The Islanders 4-3 overtime win, Sharks 2-1 shootout win. They held they went 3-1 against Dallas, where I believe there was an empty net goal at the end. They led 1-0 heading into the third period. They held the Oilers to 2 goals in a 2-1 game. They beat the Flames. They beat the Jets in overtime. They lose 5-2 to Montreal, but they beat the Avalanche 3-2. They play a 1-goal game against Vancouver. So this is a team where in Chicago, the Blackhawks are playing much more competitive games, which makes me more interested in the Blackhawks. So, and the Wild were a little bit of a motivated favorite, if you want to call it that. But at this number, if they give me Mrazek, I am betting Blackhawks. So there you go.
Good luck. Could have went with the Flame on gift. And whatever. Burning money on the Flames future. All right. I love it. I love when people don't like it. It's plus 375, so who cares? Pass on that game. You like the Wild puck line. Yeah. Minnesota point props for this game. Maybe. Lean Blackhawks.
There's just no way you can lay this type of number with Minnesota.
There you go.
On the road.
Hawks only own Wild in the playoffs. Wild puck line in the under.
See, I need to see the goaltender. Yeah.
In honor of getting Wild. No. Yeah, no. I gotta see that goalie confirmed though.
Yep.
Damn it! I want to bet him Hawks. That's it. Something fishy. Watch them change goalies at the last minute. No. Blackhawks wire to wire, first to score, last to score. Hawks to score first and win, plus 350. Yeah, I felt like they will start Bum and not Mrazek. Hawks to win first period and win, plus 500. I love it, Joe. I love it.
I love it.
If you're going to go for it, go all out for it. Hawks activate Tyler Johnson from IR. Smells really Panini with this game. Yeah, mostly. Peter Mrazek saves. He just got re-signed and has been solid all year. Maybe. And who's this guy, Nick? De Toilene. Draw on all 3 games. I like the puck line with Toronto, so no that game. The other 2, whatever. I prefer no draws, but whatever. I mean, they're gonna score first and win first period if they win. Maybe. Go away, Lenny. Hey, Ice, be nice. Be nice. Hello. Let's jump into the better part of the show, even though today's slate is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I have not touched a single game yet. I would like to talk over NBA during the show. So let's get into it here. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers 11.5 point road favorites, total of 234.5 in this game. Let's switch this over to the NBA in this spot where it is loading. So give me just a second. Because there we go. We have this game opened up at a 10.5. It's 11.5. And it opened up at a 237.5. It's down to 234. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the caps in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where we have 85% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the under. The line's dropped 3 points. The line opened up, or we have 90% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the Cavaliers, and the line's moved towards the Cavs. So basically, we're just looking, or people are looking to fade the Wizards at any way, shape, or form, which is truly perfectly understandable. This is a bad Hornets team, or this is a bad Wizards team. It's a bad Hornets team, too. We'll get to them next. But I had this game projected around a 9.5, 10 range, so I actually have a slight lean towards the Cavs, but the line movement's probably going to keep me off. And as for the total in this game, I have this game at a 233, so I think this line's about right. So pass here on the side on the total as well.
There you go. I am gonna have no action in this game, but kind of like hockey. I'm going to give out another future, and I finally put it in because I didn't put it in the other day. The Cleveland Cavaliers to win the East and to win the finals. 10-1, 33-1. That adds to my. That's kind of now my Eastern Conference team I'm going to be rooting for, just because I had the only team I had any futures on for the Eastern Conference was the Heat, which I don't like that anymore. That was preseason. And then on the Western side, I have both Nuggets and Thunder. So I want something on the East to root for. Go ahead, sign me up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's do it.
Are you worried you're buying high on them right now?
No, I'm not. I know they're 14-1 the last 15 games. You could say that I'm buying high, but I've been high on this team for a while now. So I feel like that's a solid spot enough to grab them. And I still think that there's value in it. So 10-1, 33-1, something up for Cleveland. And I know it may sound crazy. What happens if the Lakers lose a couple more games? And all of a sudden, trade deadline, Cleveland tries to bring back LeBron. Anyways, then I won't like my future. But I mean, there wasn't any draws yesterday. Maybe NBA. Hey, I'm like herpes. I ain't going nowhere. Lovely, Lenny. Soderblom. A real man sport, the NBA.
No.
Will the Hornets ever be good? No. What's that rattling noise? It's Nick's computer. He needs to get a new fan. They should be in soon. So
it should be in today. I'm hoping to get my fans and my laptop fixed today. So I apologize for the noise. It's nothing I can control at the moment.
There you go. Cavs first half. Enough said. Cavs have been balling. They are. Thought it was a fart at first. Yes, Nick just keeps ripping ass all morning. Jared Allen Praz. I don't hate that. Go Pack, go. Money was on point yesterday. Get it? Avs alternative spread and Mitchell props. If I was to bet this game, I would be grabbing the Cavaliers at like minus 15 or something, just to because if I'm going after something like that, what can I find? Let's see. What do they offer me for alternative spreads? Because I'm never laying double digits like that. How about Cleveland Cavaliers by 21 or more at plus 300? I think that one could be an interesting spot. Cavs are nothing. Yep. That rattling noise, it just happens to a person when they start betting on the NBA. Hey. Braun's staying in LA. Hornets. I like Hornets you like Hornets on the money line today. I'm not going to. Yeah, 1-800-GAMBLER. A&M and SMU. You like the Aggies today. What do we got for Texas A&M? That one, untouchable. That one I was really, really close to making Missouri a balling out play. I was really close, but I didn't do it. Missouri 8-14 at the 4.5 point spread against the 13-8 Texas A&M team. I don't know. It just seems too easy to go after. I kind of lean Mizzou. Did not bet it. And you like the SMU against Rice. Maybe lean that way. We'll see. Raptors are trash. Yes, they are. Cavs back-to-back. Are they actually on a back-to-back? They didn't play yesterday. Yeah, they didn't play yesterday. Do they play tomorrow? They play in Brooklyn tomorrow. That might be more of a Brooklyn spot. We'll see. Haha. laughing. Let's jump into this game.
Yeah, and this game actually is kind of interesting because I do see value on a game on this game, but it's really, really ugly. Let's get into it here. The line has moved. It opened up at a 6.5 and immediately went to 7. Other than that, stayed put. So line's moved half a point, and then line opened up at a 226.5. It's down to a 225.5. So it's a line move towards the under, and it's a line move towards Toronto by half a point. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 78% of the tickets and 89% of the cash is on Toronto. The line's moved half a point. So they're not really that worried about this Toronto money. 8,800 tickets in. 69% of tickets, 82% of the cash on the under. Lines move towards the under in this game here. As for the total in this spot, I do have this game projected around 229. So I do have this game projected to be more of an over. The market says under. The market's kind of telling me Hornets a little bit here because only with 87% of the tickets and 89% of the cash, 78% of the tickets, 89% of the cash on the Raptors, the line's only moved half a point, and that was within the first 20 minutes. And after that, it hasn't moved at all. I have this game at around a 4.5 for this spot here. So I see value on the Hornets, which is disgusting, which they're 5-20 at home this year. But looking at it here, you're really going to lay 7 points with the Raptors, who are 7-20 on the road this year. I have absolutely no interest in doing that. The ultimate question is do you want to back the Hornets? And that's a really good question because the answer should be no. They haven't won a game since January 22nd, that outright win as a 14-point dog against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Since then, they've lost to Detroit, Houston, Utah, New York, Chicago, OKC, Indiana, and LA. They did cover last game against LA. I will give them that. I'm interested in the Hornets in this game, in this spot. Am I stupid to look at the +7 in this game?
Well, you're stupid in general, but that's not the point. I will say in this one, I looked at this game, I crossed it out immediately. There's zero chance I'm laying 7 points on the road with the Raptors. Just not going to happen. And it's a Charlotte team that I want nothing to do with. Even at home, where they're 5-20 at home this year, 9-16 against the spread. I see no reason. This team has lost 8 straight games, and I want nothing to do with the Hornets. So this card is kind of gross. I ended up picking out 2 totals, and I hate one of them now. So it is what it is. But this one's a stay away from me now.
All right, let's plug our nose and cover our eyes. Hornets +7, Hornets +230.
Have fun. Raptors. Yeah. If I have to second guess things, I probably pass on them. Not all system plays work, so got to snipe the right ones for the chalk. Sure. Puffing on some lemon cherry gelato. Get it? Half of Hornets roster is out. That's why I'm not betting them. I'm not touching them. Puff Tim, he's laughing at me. Ain't gonna lose them all. Pass. Hornets, good luck. I live in Charlotte. The Hornets should never be bet on, period. I want to say they might be better next year if they go and get a good first-round pick and LaMelo Ball comes back. I don't see it. Although the Eastern Conference is very weak, so they could bounce back next year. This is a game I do have a bet on, Nick. And I actually beat a line movement I'm happy with.
There you go. Boston Celtics hosting the Atlanta Hawks. 12-point favorites are the Celtics, total of 244.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up with the Boston Celtics as 11.5. It's up to a 12, so we've moved towards the Celtics here. This one line opened up at a 243. It's up to a 244.5. So we have a line move towards the over, and we have a line move towards the Celtics here in this spot. We have, 63% of the tickets are on the Celtics, but only 49% of the cash. So we have A bigger bets coming in on the Hawks plus the points makes sense, though. But 50% of the tickets and 68% of the cash, 10,300 tickets in, are on the over. And this line's moved towards the over in this spot as well. I had this game lined around 242.5, so I thought the original line was right. I had this game lined at a 12.5. I see no value on either the side of the total in this one. It's a simple pass for me.
I like the over, but I got it at 243.5. It's up to 245.5. This is a Hawks team that's number 3 in the league in scoring, number 29 in defense, and I could easily see the Boston Celtics putting up 130 against them. I just see this one as a high-paced back and forth game. This is a Celtics team that I could really see putting a beating down on them. Maybe even look towards a Boston Celtics team total over, but I think you have a better chance at hitting the over in general between the two instead of just Boston's team total. I like the over in general in this game. I see a high-scoring game between them. And maybe even look towards some Trae Young props. I think that could be a solid spot, especially now because of Julius Randle and Joel Embiid. Trae Young is going to be at the All-Star game now. So no longer a snub, but I think he has a big night tonight. Maybe look towards the Hawks plus the points, but I'm just going to be on the over. They need people to play in the paint. The Hawks do. Yeah, Clint Capella's out. They need to try to get some of that. Celtics money line. Dude, come on. What are we doing? Celtics money line. They're a 12-point favorite.
It's the sports betting is easy play of the day.
Is it? Is it though? No, there's got to be a better sports betting is easy play of the day.
It's laying minus 210 on the road with the Wild.
No, hold on. Sports betting is easy play of the day can be, I believe, how about Gonzaga money line? They're a 25.5-point favorite. There you go. Boston first quarter. See? That I can respect. And first half. And I'm guessing those are on spreads because LJ doesn't lay juice. Rolling out G or D leaguers for the Hornets might be motivation. No. I bet some hot chicks work at Costco. No. Might bet Atlanta now. Look towards it. EPL, Tim. I didn't realize there was any EPL today. That's because there isn't. It's back on Saturday. I will say I'm starting to take looks at that's not even February 24th, the MLS starts back up. So I'll start to look at that as well. Let's keep rolling in. This one, Nick, you're going to have to change it because I'm starting to see some 5.5s in this game now.
Wow. Let's take a look here. The line history in this spot. Line opened up at a 1.5, and it's done nothing but skyrocket minus 3.5. Oh, now minus 4.5. I'm seeing on Bet Online. Line opened up at a 236.5 down to a 235. So we have a move towards the under, and we have a massive move towards the Golden State Warriors in this one here. Line opened up, we have 82% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the Warriors. The line's moved dramatically towards the Warriors here in this spot. And 55% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the over. Lines move towards the over in this one here. Obviously, my numbers are way off because I'm assuming there's injuries in this game. I have the wrong team favorite in this spot, but that's probably also with Embiid in my numbers. I still need to adapt the numbers for Embiid, maybe drop it 3 points, whatever. Still, then I have Philly as a -1. So I need to know who the injuries are in this game. As for the total in this game, I have this one around 238.5. So no interest for me in this game at the moment. I would like to know who the injuries are in this game. Maybe I'll look at the 76ers here.
Obviously, no Embiid. Looks like Maxey might not play. And then Draymond Green is questionable as well. But Maxey is their best player without Embiid, so that's their top 2 players out. If that's the case, maybe if Maxey is out, maybe look towards Tobias Harris props. Could be an interesting spot, but I'm on the over, but that's before the Maxi possible news, and so I got over 237.5. Wow, it's actually stayed there. What? No, it's down to a 235 now. I'm on the over. I don't really like it as much anymore, but I bet it last night. It is what it is. I'll beat some line movements. I don't beat others. I did not beat the line movement on this one. I'm annoying, but I'm annoyed with that one, but it is what it is.
At 235 makes me want to take the over in this game. Maybe ignore the side and just take the over in this spot as well with the line dropping as much as it has.
There you go. Do you have a Hawks 2 team? Oh, Atlanta Hawks and Blackhawks could be interesting. Only hot piece at Acid Costco is Tim's. Aw, thanks, Lenny. I appreciate that. Let's do it, Untouchable. Let's do it. Bridges Pra over. Sports betting is easy. 3-teamer. In basketball, well, that's 4 teams right there. Cavs, Celtics, Kings, and the Zags. Get it? I took calculus, physics, chemistry. Those college classes sucked. I could imagine. I'm not a big fan of that either. Over 246. Trae Young Pra over. Okay. How about this one, Nick?
Also, real quick with the 76ers, since they've lost Embiid, they have not gave up less than 118 points in any of their games. So I think the over is actually worth a look because they give up a lot of points, and it's 120 for the Warriors, that team total. That's not a bad look either with the way that this defense plays, and the 76ers are a much faster team without Embiid in the lineup. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Warriors Sixers over 235 here for me in this game.
Okay. Let's head to this one. And I will say I don't have any more action today, but we'll
Miami Heat -8, total 226 in this game. Line opened up at a 9.5. It's down to an 8. Line opened up at a 224 and a half. It's up to a 226.5. So we've moved towards the over. We've moved towards the Spurs in this game here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one, where we have 71% of the tickets and 93% of the cash is on the Heat, yet the lines move towards the Spurs in this game. 62% of the tickets and 94% of the cash is on the over. The line has moved towards that over, 4,500 tickets in. We have this game. I have this game projected at an 8.5 for Miami, so I see slight value in Miami, but markets are saying San Antonio in this one. And as for the total, I have this game projected around 223 range, so it's slightly towards the under for me in this one, but no action here for me.
Yeah, I'm not laying 8.5 points on the Heat. That just doesn't happen. This is a team that's won 3 out of the last 4. Granted, 2 of them were against Orlando and Washington, which Orlando has struggled down the stretch. San Antonio is not a team I trust. Obviously, I have their win total under, so I'm happy with what they've done there, winning 10 games out of their first 50. This is a stay away spot. I may look towards one other play in the last game that we'll talk about, but I really can't go after anything in this one.
Fair. Sorry, I'm trying to keep myself
You're good.
as much as possible.
No clown, no problems. Warriors break out the butt whooping. Spurs +8. Calculus. Now I don't understand what you meant. Heat -8. Glock over. Lean Spurs. I can't bet anything in this game. How about this one, Nick?
Oh, this one's fun. We have Sacramento and Detroit. -13 for the Kings. Total of 242 in this game here. Let's get into the line history in this spot where we have this line opened up at 13. It's up to a 13.5. So we have a slight move towards the Kings. Line opened up at a 242, got up to a 244.5. It's down to a 242. So no line movement here on the total. 33% of the tickets, 59% of the 45% of the tickets, 73% of the cash, 5,600 tickets in are on the over, and then 58% of the tickets, 57% of the cash on the Kings. The lines moved to have a point towards these Sacramento Kings. My projections for this one here is for the Kings should be what was it, around 11.5-point favorite, so it's a slight lean towards the Pistons. And I have this game projected at 242, so I think this total is spot on. So no play for me here, lean Pistons, but definitely not betting it.
God damn. Yeah, if I was going to bet the Pistons, that you have to do it at home. Although, once again, this has been a team that's been covering spreads as of late. They've covered in 9 out of their last 11 games. And most of the time it's when they're big dogs like this, 11.5, 13.5, 12.5, a favorite in one game, 12, a 13, a 12.5, an 8, 9, and a 6 and 9. This is a team that's covering big spreads. But the Kings have kind of proven that they can cover big spreads themselves. Because they've covered 8.5, missed an 8.5, covered another 8.5, covered an 11, missed a 15. But I'm not going to go after this game. I've been trying to just limit my action, and it's kind of worked out better for me just trying to have less bets. Because I could have easily, I know I mentioned this a bunch, I could have easily went through all these games and go, I like this, and I bet all the games. Doesn't really work that way for me anymore. I'll look maybe towards the last game, but right now I'm just going to stick to the 2 plays I got.
Yep, and I just made a move, by the way. Blackhawks money line. Mrazek most likely to start tonight. And okay. if they pull the rug underneath my feet, I'll take the over as well. But it's the Blackhawks money line for me.
OT question mark?
I can see it.
Kings money line. Come on, dude. Pistons money line. Bet it. Sports. Leonard. Lenny. Sure. Pistons money line. Have fun. Mrazek most likely to start. Duh. I love fading Detroit Mercy. Detroit Pistons not so as much. Blackhawks money line, yes. Nick, do first to score and win at plus 350.
I just went with the plus 175. I'm fine with that.
Javier. You like Javier today? I like this Javier squad, but I will say, these are 2 Big East teams that I do like, is Javier and Villanova. So I'm not really sure about that one. By the way, I saw a chart, Nick, on teams' percentage chance to make the bracket, and it showed 12 and 10 Villanova at an 85% chance. I'm trying to figure that one out. Does not make sense to me. But especially this is a team that's lost 5 out of their last 6 games. But I don't know. Seton Hall. You like the Hall today against Georgetown? Fine. Alabama, yes. Wisconsin, fine. Murray State. I was leaning Murray State. I don't know. Wire to wire. Good luck, dude. Hawks money line plus 185. Good luck. Arg. Okay, real quick with the wire to wire. Is it once they start leading, they can't get tied up? Or they can just never be losing in the game?
I think they could never be losing, but don't quote me on that. I've never bet any of those.
Joe, let me know. What's up, y'all? What's up, Cameron? Let's head into the final game, which should be a good one.
Yeah, we have the LA Clippers, 7-point favorites at home, total 230.5. They are coming back after that long road trip, so there's that. The line opened up at a 6.5. It's up to a 7. Line open up at a 230. It's up to a 231.5. So we've been moved towards the Clippers. We've been moved towards the over in this game here. We have 47% of the ticket, or 46% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Pelicans. Line has moved towards the Clippers, which is kind of interesting there. 73% of the tickets and 53% of the cash on the under. Line moving towards the over in this game here. I do have this game more like a 4.5. So I see value here on the Pelicans, and I would only look Pelicans on the side. As for the total, I have this game around a 227, so slightly towards the under. The market says over, though. I think I'm just going to stick with my Hornets plays and my Golden State over, but it's a pass for me in this spot.
I lean Pelicans. I really do. But it's kind of hard to bet against the Clippers right now. This is a team that's won 9 out of their last 10. Their only loss was to a team that's won now 14 out of 15. So little do we know that January 29th game against the Cavaliers was going to be a game against currently the two hottest teams in basketball. And then previous to that, they lost to Minnesota on January 14th. This team has been really solid. And now they're tied for first in the Western Conference, which is crazy to think of because I remember I was saying, oh, this team is not good. This team would have been good a couple years ago. Little did I know that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard would actually be playing games this year together, and that James Harden would actually be significant, which is crazy to see. And Russell Westbrook is back into form. This is a dangerous Clippers team until the playoffs. But I lean Pelicans in this one because this is a Pelicans team that's not too far off either. They're 29-21, so they're 8 games over 500. They're in a solid spot at the moment too. I think this line might be a little bit too wide, so lean towards the Pelicans for me. So, winning every never losing. They are just never losing. Got it. I've never bet a wire to wire, so I didn't know whether or not if the Blackhawks scored and then the Wild scored, they're no longer leading wire to wire because it's tied. So that was my question. Okay, cool.
This team will never lose again.
Best of luck, guys. Today, guys, we'll have to look at the card later. Yep, I'll post that once Nick puts up his hockey plays. I didn't listen to my gut and lost Panthers and Bruins regulation yesterday. Damn. Never be losing. Leafs get a win tonight. Yes. Over. Cool. I could see an over in that game. Incorrect. They can get a lead in the first, no score in the second or third. That's wire to wire. Got it. That is all the games for today, though. Kind of a quick game, quick thing today. I will say all of the plays will be posted up on the member only. Everything's already posted on the picksandparleys.net website. If you guys are interested in grabbing it off of there, everything's all over there as well. But if you guys want to sign up member only, I'll be posting that out in a little bit once Nick puts up hockey. And make sure you guys are following us on socials. Let's do this. Okay, Joe. And you didn't get it, Tim. Now I do. Shut up. For me today, I like Toronto puck line. And then for NBA, I put some futures down on the Cleveland Cavaliers to win the East and the finals. I'm on the over in the Hawks game and the over in the Warriors game. Nick?
Yeah, I'm on for the NBA. Kept it kind of simple. Hornets +7, Hornets +230. Taking a shot with them today. And Golden State, Philadelphia over 235. Those are my only 2 plays in the NBA. I did bet all 3 hockey games today. I didn't think I was. I went from this late looks like crap to I have plays on all 3. Dallas, Toronto over 6.5 -115. New York Rangers -125. Chicago Blackhawks +120, +175. Those will be my 3 plays in hockey today, and that is it.
There you go. That's going to do it for the entire card today. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition. Till next time, good luck, guys.